Okay, let's begin the podcast, shall we?
Oh, Dad, guess what I bought in sex today? The sex shop. CEX. Guess what I bought in CEX today? Destiny of the Daleks.
Oh, CEX, not the sex shop.
Wait, what?
Destiny of the Daleks.
You bought what? That's the old Matt Smith game.
That's the Tom Baker story.
Oh, Destiny of the Daleks, yes. Okay, welcome back to the Geek Show podcast. For the end of the year, which is now January.
2020 end of the year? Is this going up for 2021?
It's the end. It was the end of 2019. It is now 2020, and we're going to be doing a quiz.
Woo!
Yay!
The quiz. Sheer enthusiasm.
We were out.
Audio sync. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so what we're doing this month is we're doing a quiz about the year, and some of the questions are about the decade as well.
Do we need a pen and paper?
So it's not that complicated. So there's a few different sets of questions. There's 19 questions altogether.
19?
Just because I could not think of another one to
Are
get to
you
20.
serious?
Come on, 20, you lazy.
What would one write that is? You can't
Right
have 19.
Right now.
No, but I thought if you had the same question, if you had the same amount of right answers, then it'd be stupid having 20.
Who directs the new Star Wars? There you go.
Okay then. First question was given by one of the competitors. Okay, so first question.
What the f*** is that?
That's my buzzer.
I don't know.
I've got a buzzer.
Okay, if
Why
that's
have you
Will's
got a
buzzer.
Get a buzzer.
Okay. Is everyone ready? First question.
I'd like to say I'm not a geek. I don't even know why I must be on the Geek Show because I'm not a geek, so I'm going to get all these questions wrong.
Yeah, me neither. I'm a very, very cool boy.
Same.
Okay.
I talk to loads of girls and they all reject me.
The first question. First question. Who directed the last Star Wars film? You have to hit your thing.
Wait, what if I don't have a buzzer?
I thought you had a buzzer.
No, I don't have a
Should we
buzzer.
do a noise? Should we make a noise? Mine would be Reagan, choose yours.
Bong.
Bong. Yeah.
Okay, you ready? That was the first question. Regan, you had to be a bit quicker. Okay, so Will got that question incorrect.
Oh, wait, bong,
Regan.
bong. J.J. Abrams.
Yes, that's 1 point to Regan.
Wait, Will, you just said the bloke from Spider-Man. You answered J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
what the hell?
I know.
Will is on 12. You on 11. There is one
no,
question
I
left.
need to get
this is double
Wait,
points.
Is this the final,
could have
is this
not
the final
gone
question?
any better. This is the last question.
Right.
Okay, this is a series.
Bong.
You can't yet.
You were going to say Mandalorian.
Okay. No, I was, because that's the answer.
It's not. A group of people fight and have sex to get a seat.
What?
Sorry?
It's more of a riddle, this one. A group of people fight and have sex to get to a seat.
Bong. It won't be
Regan.
that. It won't be that. Sex education.
No.
It won't be that. It won't be sex education.
Will.
The boys.
Will for the win.
The boys.
Incorrect.
Oh.
I will give you some extra chances because it's the last one.
Bong.
Okay, Regan, go.
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yes!
Regan, I think you won. Regan, you won by 1 point.
Oh! Will just...
He's gone. He's gone. Okay, so the final tot up, right? Regan, you had 13 points. Will had 12 points. You were 1 point behind.
Oh.
That couldn't have gone any better. Welcome back to the Geek Show podcast. This month, we're going to be taking a look at characters and villains that we would like to see return to Doctor Who. This month, I've also been joined by Will, who is...
It cut out the second you said my name.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I said, who is...
Will.
Here. It's nice to see, in Big Finish, that people keep coming back. You have tons of companions coming back to Big Finish. Mm-hmm. Not playing the older versions of themselves that they are now, but playing the younger versions of themselves. Colin!
Carry on.
The cat's just going for it.
He's a good boy, aren't you, Colin? Don't stand on the wire, though.
Bad idea, Colin. Colin, FYI, is Will's cat. We really need to get some music for this thing, because I just feel like it's just... What was that?
My brother is a dick.
This month, I am joined by Alex...
Hello.
And Ashton. I was going to invite Ashton this month to join us, but we had to film this really quickly, and it all fell apart, so I didn't ask him. I'm sorry, Ashton. He's literally the only person that listens to the podcasts.
Yeah, not even I do, and I feature on them.
I know.
So.
Like, he told me that when our school had a lockdown, basically, we had to do like a drill when they locked down the school, so they had to close all the doors and all that. He was sitting listening to our podcast. So this month we're going to be doing collectibles, especially Warhammer and stuff, because that's basically Alex's interest. He's a bit like Harry Potter at the beginning of Philosopher's Stone. Did I make that up? Because I could have sworn there's a scene when he's playing with action figures, like little like characters.
Oh, I know the one you're on about. It's not quite that. It's
No, I think it's actually one of the later films that he's playing. He's painting figures or something.
No, I know the scene you're on about. It's the one where he's like playing with a guy on a horse.
Playing with a guy on a horse.
Toy soldiers. This lockdown's given me a lot of free time to just sit at home and play with my toy soldiers.
Yeah, I'm so glad you finished that sentence that way.
What's going on, my absolute gamers? Welcome back to another banging podcast. Is it still called The Geek Show? Still called The Geek Show. That name is terrible.
We need to change the name, let's be honest. I just don't know what to change it to.
I feel like the intro is more your thing.
Okay. Hello.
Three virgins in the basement.
You can't call it that. Why? What? That had so many connotations. The minute that I heard that, I was like, God, do I have to delete that now? That sounded way worse than you thought, didn't it?
I didn't even mean it like that.
You just meant like that we're forever alone.
Yeah, not that we have to keep that in. We need a whole refresh.
Do a whole refresh then, go on.
Yeah. From there.
I'll do the intro, shall I?
I think Ashton should do it.
Okay.
No. What's the point of me doing this?
You're the guest.
Therefore, you should.
I don't even know what I'd be saying.
Should we do it together? Should we do one word each?
Okay. One word each. I'll start. Hello.
And
welcome
to
the
Geek
Show.
Ashton.
I've said something.
It cut out. Could you say podcast?
Podcast.
It cut out again. Goddamn Android phone.
No, we didn't.
Oh, podcast. There we go.
I've forgotten. This
is
what? This isn't the intro.
Move on with it.
Will, you have made the worst idea ever.
I think it's
this time.
Oh, I should have said time, not this is.
Yeah, this time. That's okay. This time, I'm going to be joined by Will.
Hello.
And to introduce you to our new guest/host, Ashton.
Hello there. I am obviously happy and.
I thought that was the first time that you were going to speak then, when your mic didn't cut out because you have an Android phone.
Android.
Stop dissing the Android. There's nothing wrong with an Android, right?
Apart from the fact
you sound terrible.
Great.
Yeah. Apart from that.
Well, if my laptop would actually work, my voice, then this would actually be good.
It's been 6 minutes and we've just done the intro.
Yeah.
The other downside of.
Oh fuck! I just spelt my pot noodle all on my bed.
My cock noodle.
I say a lot. Not a lot.
Podcast should keep rolling, but paused. In terms of conversation where Will fixes his pot noodle. Will, have you fixed your pot noodle?
I've just spilt more fucking pot noodle.
You've spilt more pot noodle on the floor.
I'm not eating at my bed anymore.
Why are you eating on your bed in the first place?
Good idea.
I'm eating my bed because I have to be.
Okay, we'll carry on now. Right, I'm just gonna wrap up the podcast. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you did enjoy this month's podcast. It has been a bit of a mess, but hopefully it has alleviated a bit of boredom over the last couple of minutes.
It's either smile or dead face.
So Dan's trying to wrap this up. Yeah, Will is still going on.
I know he's still talking.
Oh,
this is
sorry.
I actually mute him most of the time towards the end. while I edit it so that you don't get that interruption. So thank you very much for listening. Hopefully this has relieved some boredom and I hope made you laugh at some point.
Hi ho, hi ho,
because
off to work we go.
Yeah, this is exactly why I mute you guys.
Hi ho.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and I suppose we shall see you next month when we will talk about something else but I just don't know what. We might do a quiz.
No, we'll aim to talk about something.
There's an hour of footage. Hello and welcome to a new podcast. It's the same sort of content, but it's on a new show. So the new show is called The Who Pod. It is me and my friends basically being idiots in front of a microphone, and on this occasion over a call, because obviously you can't be together.
Second question.
Yeah.
Who's your least favourite Doctor?
Okay, I think that based on how much I like their episodes, for me, I think I'd have to put Jodie Whittaker as my least favourite. No, but I'd base it off the episodes that I like of them. So for me, there's only like 7 or 8 episodes that I like of them. No, there's only like 6 or 7
when I
episodes.
think of like least favourite Doctor, I think of like the actor or actress that you feel like has portrayed the character of the Doctor the worst. Not the worst, but like hasn't done a better job as the other people might have done.
See, that's difficult because I don't think any of them have done a bad job.
Okay, that's all right then. I didn't know there was going to be one that you really didn't like.
Capaldi could have been truly incredible if he was given some better lines towards the end. Like, his last episode, I think, was pathetic, if I'm honest.
It just depends on the screenplay.
Yeah, it depends on the episode, whether I like that Doctor or not. So, like, I found Jodie Whittaker quite irritating a lot of the time. I think, especially in Series 11, I think that some of the stuff that she said was quite, like, you know, it's like, do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, oh, we never kill spiders. We're never going to shoot a spider. Let's all put them in a room and they can suffocate. You what? See, so I'd have to go with Jodie as my least favourite Doctor. Because I think that
I can just imagine you in the room going,
scripts.
You what?
That's honestly, really, like, ask Will, but if he Will would say it without a doubt, it'd be Jodie Whittaker, because I think it's more because, like, she has the worst episodes, I think, to me. She's had for the 2 series that she's been the Doctor, she's had so many duds that it makes her the worst Doctor to me. Not because I think she can play it well, but I think she's given crap stories sometimes.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It depends on the
I quite like the finale. Oh. A lot of people don't, but I like the finale. So I would say that she's good there. But I wouldn't say she's good in Arachnids in the UK, which is the whole let's put spiders in a room episode.
Yeah.
Doctor Who came across as quite pretentious during Series 11 and Series 12. It used to be this kind of like nice little show that loads of people liked. Everyone knew it was on low budget, but it was fine. But now they've tried to stretch the budget to make it seem like it's, you know, way better. You know, we changed. Oh look, guys, we've changed our aspect ratio. It means absolutely nothing, but we've changed it. It becomes a bit more pretentious, I think. But also because of that, the direction got better and things like that. So, What's your final question?
Who's your favourite?
Who's my favourite Doctor? Well, everyone has their Doctor, right? Their Doctor, the person that they like the most, and for me, it's David Tennant.
Wow, actually, for some reason, I didn't think you'd pick.
Well, I think he's my favourite because he's the one that I knew for the longest when I was... Like, I got attached to him because he was the one that I remembered the most.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I used to think he was the Doctor for years. For years. But he was only the Doctor for 4 years. You know? But to me, that was, like, the majority of my movement in primary school. 3 when it started, 4 when he was around, and I definitely watched Series 2. So like 4 when I started watching Doctor Who, and he left when I was like 8 or 9. So, well, hang on, Daniel can't count, so it's 8. So you know, I had that attachment to it that I was that made me quite happy. I think it's sad when you left. This month I am joined by Will, aka Cyber Will.
Back again, the one and only.
And today we're going to be talking. Pardon?
I just said back again, the one and only, and that's really, really cringe.
I know, but I'm going to leave it in.
No. See, like, these classic shows, right, and I don't care if they're like 10 years old, you can't hold them up to modern day standards.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, everything will be cancelled.
And Little Britain was never really something that was acceptable. I think it's funny because it's like, oh, you can't say that. That's just so shocking. Somebody is always the butt of the joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not just, the blackface is unacceptable, but they make fun of posh people, they make fun of classes, and I think they also kind of poke fun at, like, how ridiculous it is. Like, the air hostess that works in first class, I think it's a good example for something that's just silly. She sees a person, she's like wiping down everything, and she's staying away from them, and she's wearing a mask. That kind of stuff, I think, is the goodwill that was trying to be behind the show.
But do you think it should have got completely cancelled and removed off everything?
No, but I think that they shouldn't make any more, which I think is why the series stopped. But I think that maybe a warning just to appease the small minority,
Like an apology.
Not an apology, because I think comedy has to be one of those things that you don't treat as being serious. Like, all you'd have to do is say, like, so when you click on it on BBC iPlayer, they'd be like, this thing contains offensive... it's an adult show at the end of the day. I think that adults can determine the difference between something that is...
And I'm pretty sure...
generally racist and just changing times. It was never really seen as highbrow television. It feels like... It almost does feel like dirty television, It's like lowbrow television.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it was something that you know is wrong, but you watch it anyway.
It's funny.
It's funny because it's rude, not because it's witty.
Anyway, we're on about Doctor Who, aren't we?
Yeah, so I thought that I would gather up a whole bunch of the most controversial moments from Doctor Who and talk about them. And the controversial moments in Can You Hear Me was, do you remember the scene when Graham is talking to the doctor about his cancer, and the doctor's response is...
I'm a very antisocial person, so I'm just going to walk over to the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And probably think about something I would say, but then not come and say it.
Yeah. So basically, after a story that talks about your mental health and speaking about your issues, and then receiving help, the doctor doesn't help him in any way. That is truly terrifying. That's far more terrifying than that, isn't it?
And the blowjob with Novel Monsters.
Which is my next controversial moment, surprisingly enough.
That is just cringe and funny. I don't do anything controversial. It's a joke
because it's a kids show, isn't it?
It's a kids show. It's not a kids show. It's a joke for the adults. The kids aren't going to get it unless they go to their parents. What's he going to do with that slab?
I never noticed it, but
I never noticed it until I rewatched it and went, Russell T Davies, you dirty bastard.
So that did get a series of complaints. Probably not a lot, if I'm honest, but it did get a couple of complaints.
I bet it got a few laughs from the dads, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was funny, but 7:00 in the evening on a Saturday night, family television.
If it's one throwaway line, it doesn't like, oh, she sucks me off. It's like the sex life's okay. Look at the camera.
Hello, my name is Dear Studios, and welcome back to the Who Pod. This time I am going to be taking a look at the fandom of Doctor Who. The series, when I introduced my friend to Doctor Who, was quite popular last time, so I thought I would do a follow-up to it and kind of create a series out of the whole thing. This time I'm once again joined by Amy, who is going to be the... Oh, I was going to say something weird then. Thought not to.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say Doctor Who Virgin. Bit weird.
Like... To be fair, no, say it. That is pretty funny, to be fair. Okay, so I'm guessing season 12 has brought on some sort of...
I think series 11 brought it on as well. But I think that since Jodie Whittaker was cast as the Doctor, I think there has been a bit of a civil war. And a lot of people have pointed it out recently.
Okay, I'm not going to stereotype here because I'm going to sound like really horrible, and I don't mean to be, but like, I know there's always going to be some sort of controversy with like giving the role to a woman. Whereas, I understand that, like, I do understand obviously equality, great, good for women, but then a point where if they were gonna involve a woman doctor, why did they have to wait till season 12? Then I think that
11 was her first series.
11. I feel like they're only doing it because other shows have gone, like, oh, might do a woman. Like, for example, James Bond, they were going to do a woman, weren't they? And I think there was a lot of other stuff that were going to do women instead of male roles. I feel like they're just being a follower.
Which is known as this sort of woke culture, which is what the I hate to say it, but the kind of the people that are the what I would call the bad side, the bad people, the ones that are quite aggressive on Twitter, shouting woke at this, shouting woke at that, everything like that. Those that come out of Star Wars films and Doctor Who and Star Trek and everything really at the minute, not because hey, it features a woman, but because they don't like how it's portrayed. Which I think, to be honest, they do have a point. At some point they have a point, because they're talking about discrimination, like positive discrimination. Doing something not for the sake of story, but for the sake of, it's like, hey, let's cast a woman, because that gets us in headlines. That gets people going crazy. And it does. For a short time, and those people, those that I've always considered to be, at this point I'm keep calling the bad side, but they're not. Those that I keep calling the bad side are then actually, making a point across that, why does it matter? Why does the gender of it matter?
Exactly, but then I also believe
it's the story
that,
at the end of the day.
because they've cast a woman, there's going to be a different acting technique. There's going to be a different sort of that shifts how that character, like how their relationships is like with every other character.
And I think that it has harmed it a bit, to be honest. I think it has harmed the dynamic. But I think you've lost the wounded soldier act with her. I think the lost part. No, well, that's not even the case in Doctor Who, because there's always been gay companions and everything like that. To be honest, I think it's always been quite liberal, quite forward-thinking. But I think that the female Doctor kind of put the straw in it, drew the final straw, and made a lot of other people move on to the show just to hate on it, to say, oh, it's woke this. And to be honest, you could do that with anything. You could say, oh, there's too many women in this show. We need to be careful about how many white people are in the show. It's just rubbish. It's built on nothing apart from their opinion. And a lot of the ratings, the merch argument that keeps flying around Twitter constantly, which is that, oh, look, Doctor Who merch isn't selling. Well, look, it's still on the shelf. Look, it hasn't been sold. But then you look over and you look at the other things, like bread's not sold out. That doesn't mean bread's not selling well.
Of all the analogies, bread.
Well, like that, I thought like an essential item. So like,
I know what you mean.
Just because no one's buying, just because there's bread on the shelf, does not mean that bread's not selling well.
Yeah, no, I get you.
You can't possibly tell, but you're basing your argument off that.
About the merch thing, is there a reason why? Have they changed the merch or anything? Or
well, they've released new merch, and so people that like Doctor Who are called by certain groups, the people that don't like Doctor Who now, as Jodie bots or shills.
Jodie bots.
Some of the bigger names are being called shills, right? Basically, we are being paid to like Doctor Who, or we're fake, we're bots, it's
numbers.
It's petty arguments that make them go, you're just a Jodie bot. Right, well then all of my opinions are completely invalid then. You're like, excellent, thank you. Like, it's an illogical way to do something, and it's pathetic that grown adults shout Jodie bot at each other if they don't agree with someone over a TV show. And that's where the negative side of the fandom is.
So the thing is, it doesn't depend on the actual show, it depends on the people in it. And that's what you can't do about it.
I see what you mean. I think it has ruined the show a little bit for me, to be honest, because there has been many moments when I've sat there and I've gone, oh, I didn't like that line. Why? Oh, because the people on Twitter are going to freak out about the line.
Yeah, like you're more, and also with the fandom, you should. The whole point is you're meant to share your thoughts. You're meant to go, oh, I love this bit, and then find people that agree with you, or just express your view on it and your love for it. But then when it gets to a point where you avoid expressing your point of view in fear of other people being smacking you down and being like, no, I don't agree with that, that's where it goes too far.
I think a lot of people have actually. They've left. Like, you stopped using Twitter and everything like that because their opinion has always just been like, oh, I like Doctor Who at the minute. Oh, you horrible human being. Like, it's just constant, like, this, that, and the other. You know, just racism, sexism, just everything over a TV show. You know, thank God Jodie Whittaker's not on Twitter or any social media, because if she was, every day she would be hurled abuse at over Twitter by people that just simply didn't like the portrayal of her Doctor.
Whereas it's not her fault.
No. I think that, you know, you can blame Chris Chibnall, but then I always think, in his position, would you have done any better than him?
That's true.
Chibnall's like the head writer kind of thing. Like, could you really create a story that is pleasing everyone? And I think you can't do that anymore. I think that people have taken it so to heart, then their expectations of what they see things to be. You know, the 60th anniversary scares me a bit, because what if it's not what I have pictured in my head? A lot of, even now, and it's years away, it's like 2023 is the 60th anniversary, so 3 years. And way before that, actors are getting interviewed about whether they're going to take part in it. Like, imagine if David Tennant doesn't turn up to the 60th. People are going to be so disappointed. And I think that the fandom is to blame for that. Our expectations are risen by that idea that, you know, they're going to join everything. You know, like it is real life.
Hello, welcome back to the Who Pod. I'm Dan Johnson.
And I'm Yasmin Khan.
Oh, you dick. I knew. I should have seen that one coming.
I mean, my name's Yaz. I'm Yaz. My name is Yaz.
Wow.
Please call me Yaz. When you see me, call me Yaz, not Yasmin. I prefer Yaz, not Yasmin. And don't put an E in
Daniel.
it as well.
I always prefer Daniel.
Don't put an E
my
in
whole
my
name.
name neither.
Yeah.
Because
Daniel.
hi, Danny, Dad.
Dad, wow.
Dad, yeah. You know, my other nickname, Daddy, Dan. Like that, Daddy.
Daddy Daniel.
Dan.
This took a weird turn.
It did. Should we actually move on? Okay, so.
Just can I ask a quick question?
Quick question, yeah.
What do you think on the Timeless Child?
No, banned it.
You do not want to know my opinion.
Okay, that's fine. We're on the same level then. That's fine. If it was like, I love it, I was like, I'm not doing it. Cut it.
Overall, Dan won. No, Dan didn't win.
I was
4 points.
say, have I done wrong?
Dan did not win. He
Yeah.
came second place with 4 points, and Will came first place with 9.
Bill got 9 points.
9
Bloody
points.
hell. He didn't mess around. All right, are you guys excited? Merry Christmas.
Over the moon.
Get festive.
Oh, this is the Christmas special.
It's the Christmas special. Way.
Oh, if it's the Christmas
You've
special.
got the Christmas hat on.
You gotta wear something.
Father Dan.
Father Dan. That's I sound like a vicar. And then put that on there.
Father Daniel.
There we go. I've just realised this is a podcast and I'm wearing a Santa hat, so it's completely pointless. But, you know,
It's more festive for us.
It's
more
festive.
fun for us to look.
It's early December.
Did you say it's early June?
Yeah,
It's not June.
We're very prepared.
Scarf with tinsel.
I have tinsel right now.
Yeah, be careful not to tie the scarf too tightly, Will. I've seen what you've been doing to your baby Yoda.
To tie a scarf, not.
I mean, no one can see you.
Oh, I don't
What are you
have to.
joking?
Just for me.
Yeah, just for us.
Oh, and he's fallen over.
Sorry, I was just choking myself.
Right.
Really adding to the festive spirit.
I feel festive now.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
It looks like Will is trying to strangle himself with tinsel.
Oh, you should see Baby Yoda. Oh,
I
he's
saw
really
it.
Christmassy.
You hung Baby Yoda off your ceiling.
I did. All the neighbours. I don't know how long that's going to stay up for, but say the neighbours go past going, oh, it's all Christmassy. To see hanging Baby Yoda.
Well, this was fun and also quite painful.
And quite long.
And quite long. Went on for a bit longer than
What was it?
I said to you. I'm looking at about 40 to 50 minutes.
How long are we looking at now?
2 hours.
Editing.
Oh my
2
fucking
hours?
God.
Yeah,
2
it's
hours?
10:15. Right, so...
Oopsie.
Yes, so I've been trying to hurry you along a bit, but like, you get me distracted. So thank you very much for listening, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye.
We won't see you. We'll hear you soon. Through your window. Bye.
Yeah,
We'll hear you soon.
soon.
Did I say see you? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Still can't do an intro right.
Outro.
Ouch, flip it. Right, can we stop now? All right.
Yeah.
I thought you had stopped. So I was
Goodbye.
taking piss.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hi.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye. You don't have to leave. That was quite dramatic. Goodbye.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye. I don't really have anything specific to say. But
Lisa-
I've been opened up to a new world.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Right.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening. And we shall see you next month.
I need a piss.
Goodbye. That's actually going to be your last line. I hope that's okay with you.